I'm working on that. I think we're live.
We're doing something.
Tuesday, February 3rd. It's the Not Your Average Show. Yeah, no, we're live.
We're live.
All right. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Everyone.
Hi.
One waiting.
Oh.
There was
Uh,
somebody waiting for us. It
Oh,
says,
probably Trevor.
man.
can you just like
What's up,
set it up
Trevor?
to notify you when it comes on or whatever?
I think so.
I don't know. I mean, if you're a subscriber, maybe it'll give you a little. I do
I
have it
mean,
set somewhere that it's like 9:30 every Tuesday night,
yeah, I have that set
but
on my
that's
phone.
Hey, you're I just looked at your live button and it's showing your back in the day your kayaks on your truck.
that's what it
The what?
shows
That's the screensaver. Yeah.
if you hit live,
Yeah.
On the
Yes,
not
YouTube?
sir.
our show.
Yeah. Yeah. It shows your canoe, you and Paul and Dave's kayaks all loaded up in the back of a truck with some feet
Yeah, but
sticking out the bottom.
But when you click on it, it goes to the
Yeah.
right deal.
Yeah. It goes to us.
oh, okay. Yeah. That's my like I don't know. That's my just default picture.
Gotcha.
Funny.
That was a good trip. That's not Paul's.
Oh, it's not.
That's mine and Dave's and Adam's boats. That
Okay.
was a trip that we took. Um, finish that bottle off.
Is it the copper pot?
I do, yeah, I do have another bottle of that out in the cabinet. Um, we took a trip down the Mississippi River. So Adam has a buddy. This is kind of funny. Adam has a friend from college, I think, that lives in St. Louis. And so he just called his buddy, his old friend that he hasn't seen in a long time, and said, "Hey, man, me and a couple friends are going to paddle a chunk of the Mississippi River. Um, can we crash at your house the night before so that we're not driving so many hours to get started? We get a lot quicker start time in the morning." And the guy was like, sure. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then Adam's like, and also, can you shuttle us upriver and like help us set vehicles? And guy's like, oh, yeah, sure. That should be fine. Well, so we show up, and apparently he hadn't told his wife until like that day, probably. So just these three, you know, rough looking dudes show up, and then guy has to get up early with us the next morning and drive all over the countryside helping us set a vehicle and then dropping us off. So she was not super excited about us being there and taking her husband, but that trip was super fun. We probably paddled about, I think we did about 60 miles of the Mississippi. I can't remember. We just drove north basically and found found a spot, hiked through an old farm field, like it was a cornfield that had been harvested, hiked back through this field to the river and dropped our boats in there. Um, and then how did we work it? We had to, in order to set a shuttle, I think a couple of us just sat there at the boats for like an hour. And then the two guys left with the two vehicles, went and set the truck at the end. And then Guy brought the truck driver back to where we were putting in. And then we parted ways. But we went through a lock on that trip, which was really cool because
That's pretty cool.
they're huge compared to our kayaks. Like our kayaks are 17 feet long, but those locks on the Mississippi, just there north of upriver from St. Louis, you can run 15 barges and a tug through it at one time. So 3 wide and 5 deep plus the tug fit in there.
How many 17-foot kayaks could you fit in there?
We could have fit more, but we only had 3.
Oh.
And then you don't
3 of
like,
you in that entire lock?
yeah. They don't care now because it's just it's owned by the state or whatever, and it's manned. And we stopped. We were talking about it. We're like, man, do you think they'll let us roll through one of those things? We're like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like for registered boat owners or what. So we're paddling down the river.
How many boats
What?
can hold? I'm running a calculation. How many of what?
It'll go 15 barges and 1 tug.
I'm sorry, it started talking to me randomly.
Yeah.
Start again. I was trying to
15 barges. It'll fit 15 barges and the tugboat that's pushing them.
That's a lot of square feet.
Yeah. What are you calculating, Dan?
What you're talking about?
The area?
Yeah. The long answer is you could put
Oh, are you saying how many of our kayaks could fit in there? Because they're 17 feet long and 22 inches wide.
probably around 3,300 kayaks. Depending on the width, somewhere between 2,500 and 3,300 kayaks.
Which would be awesome.
That would be pretty darn cool.
How wide are they?
Our kayaks,
Yeah.
22 inches wide.
I'm getting you an even better calculation.
Okay.
This would be.
Are you factoring in the taper? Because you could kind of like, really fit them in there tight if you staggered them.
Okay, so we're at 4,200 and 4,235 right now.
That'd be something to see right there. We should do that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's round up 4,200 of our kayak and friends and head over to the Mississippi River.
Yeah, do you think we could get in like the Guinness Book of World Records if we got
I bet you
the
could.
most kayaks in one lock at the same time?
I bet the safety hazard and the drowning potential for that would be enormous.
Yeah.
So here's the interesting thing about locks. Which, Jimmy, have you ever been through a lock?
Nope.
No. So we didn't know what to expect because you're talking hundreds of thousands of gallons of water moving through, like
Right.
raising and lowering in this thing. But it's all
Doesn't help.
hydraulic.
Doesn't help because
Just
if you stagger them, when you get to the ends, you only get half as many out there. And according to this, it doesn't really help you. Maybe 1 to
Okay.
3% more efficient than side by side. I think they're wrong. I think you're right, but what
yeah,
am I gonna
because
do?
if you're going 17 feet tip to tip, but then you can like slot back in 2 or 3 feet because
Mhm.
your tips of your boat are pointy,
It has to take up less space.
then in the amount of length that you've got and you're gaining 2 to 3 feet each row, you're going to gain an entire row or 3. Anyway,
Yeah, it would have to be like another 1,000.
we'll have to just figure that out when we're planning out our world record.
We'll have like 6,000 kayakers waiting. We'll just see how many we get in there.
Yeah. But so, all right. So in that lock, oh well, I'll back up. So we didn't really know what to expect, but while we were paddling down, we passed a fishing boat, and we talked to the guy and asked him if he is a regular on the river. He said, yeah, he fishes out there all the time. Said, where do you put in? Do you go through the locks? Oh yeah, you can go through the locks. It's no big deal. You guys can go through. You gonna go through? We were like, we'd like to. He said, oh yeah, you should. It's really neat. He's like, however, here's my advice. This next one downriver here, he's like, don't try that one. Just portage around that one. The guy that runs that one is real grouchy. And I mean, he's got to let you through. It's his job. Like he doesn't get to just say you can't. He's like, but I wouldn't even mess with him. He's a pain. He's he's like he'll probably.
So you can't go at the.
Huh?
They don't make you go at the same time as other boats.
Wait, what?
They don't make you go like they don't have like a schedule where they make you wait for other boats.
Mm-mm.
They'll do it for 3 kayaks.
Yeah. But he said this guy
wow.
is just like is grumpy and would make a big deal. Like he's got to let us through, but he's gonna like let us know that he doesn't want to. He's like, don't mess with him. Just portage around that one. Go to the next lockdown after that. He's like, the guys down there, super cool. He's like, you just go, you just paddle up there. He's like, you'll see this rope or a chain hanging down. You just paddle over there, just grab that thing, ring the bell, and it'll let somebody know that you're there. And then they'll come out and they'll just tell you exactly what to do. And we're like, oh, sweet. So that's what we did. We portaged around the first one, paddled on down to the next one. And when we got there, we're like, where's this chain? Like, there's a ladder up the side over there. And we go over there and we're like, I think the chain's like way up there, not where you can reach from sitting on the water. So we're just kind of like wondering what to do. And this guy comes driving out on the top of the like lock structure. He's on this little like 3-wheel Cushman golf cart thing, comes driving out. He's like, hey, you boys got to get out of the way. He's like, I got barges coming through here, and those tug operators, they don't care about you. They'll run you right over. you guys got to get back behind that wing dike over there. He's like, just get back there, sit there. Once I get this guy through and he gets it on out of the way, just stay back until he's like well past you, and then I'll get you guys in and we'll get you down the river. And we're like, awesome. So we get back and we watch this tug and 15 barges come up through there. And then guys like, all right, come on. And so we just paddle in. So it's like these two massive iron gates on the upriver side and two massive iron gates on the downriver side. So tug has come through. So our gates are just open. So he's like, come on in. So we just paddle in. And now we're just in this massive tank, and those gates close. So now the upriver is held back by those gates. And then there are valves that just start letting the water out downriver. So you don't feel anything. There's no turbulence. You're just sitting in this massive tank, and pretty soon you see the water line appear, and you just go down like 25 feet. And then once it equalizes with the river level below, then those gates open up and you just paddle on out. So there's really not a lot of like movement. It's just, it's just these big
But there's
old
plenty
gates.
of room to paddle around in there.
Oh, so yeah. I mean, I have a picture. I'm trying to think if I have a picture.
Let me ask you this. So the reason for the lock in those particular locations is the terrain right there?
Yes, partly. Yeah.
Like it's in a situation where when it's flood season, it just goes totally somewhere else and doesn't like flood the lock, right? The lock is like a separate thing than the river, or not?
For whatever
Like,
for
what's the
whatever
reason for the
reason.
lock at the locations?
All right. For whatever reason, I can't really hear you. Like it's doing the super electronic sounding and cutting out 50% of the syllables.
I can hear you just fine, Dan.
Okay, translate,
Why
Jimmy.
don't you ask him what I asked?
He said, "Are the locks part of the river, or is it like the river is its own thing and the locks are a separate thing?"
The entire river flows through the lock. So
the entire thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna find. I have pictures from when we were in the lock. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
So in the
show
time,
you.
can you hear me?
Yes.
In the time that the lock is closed, wouldn't the river on the downstream side also lower its level even lower because the water's flowing away from that spot? Or is there like a big area that's like a lake sort of right after the lock?
So how it works,
follow what I'm
I
saying?
believe, is I think that there's gonna be flow 100% of the time, but so the river is gonna consistently flow through the lock. However, they can slow the flow enough that it raises the level, but it's not really affecting the downriver side. Like the river is still flowing. It's not really a dam. So
Because it'd be real turbulent. if it
So
was a
what
dam.
I'm saying is I initially said the entire river goes through the lock. I think that what they're doing is they're using the lock, but probably river is also flowing around it.
You just
through it
don't see it from your
somehow that
perspective.
Yeah, like through, yeah, like
moves or
through
something.
it. It kind of looks like a dam to either side of it on some of them, but it's not necessarily it's not damming up the river. The river's flowing through, but then they can open and close these gates and valves and use just the hydraulics of the river. Like they're not pumping water in
But isn't it?
or out.
It is damming the river a little because the
Uh,
river did. There wasn't like a 30-foot waterfall there prior to that lock being there.
well, I don't know necessarily about that. There may have been some type of a fall. You know what I mean? Like there,
I thought they kind of put those locks in there to control the flow of the river,
I think, yeah,
sort of like a just basically just like a dam, only not as big as like a traditional lake dam.
sort of like a dam, but that you can run a boat through.
So they can control flooding and they can control water usage throughout that part of the region or whatever. Ask AI what the heck locks and dams are for.
I think there's different ones because like they have locks that they create going around dams for like fisheries, for fish to be able to just swim from piece to piece to piece in the lock. They don't open and close. It's just graded such that you have pool, and the fish can get through them without,
Right.
you know, without having to go through the ports in the dam. Um, and yeah, the reason, I guess my question was, what was like, how far apart were these locks, and what is the reason for the locks being where they are? Is it because otherwise there would be like such dramatic, like it'd be like whitewater for boats to go through, so they replaced that type of terrain with a lock? Does that make sense?
What do you say?
Do I need to interpret?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
interpret,
hear him.
Jimmy. So
Uh,
weird.
yeah. So are the locks there to eliminate like white large traffic can flow? That's what he said.
Oh no. Hi.
Oh man, boy. So I found that trip, but I'm not seeing the pictures from when I was in the lock. Got some other pictures from that trip. Here's a picture from that trip. This is an island that we camped on, and we we got to we paddled into the night and then just pulled off and hiked up into this island and camped. And when we got up in the morning, start looking around, and besides this bare ground right here, it is 100% poison ivy.
I can see it.
The entire island was poison ivy. Yeah, and then I had a picture. I gotta find the rest of the pictures from this trip because there's more. Hmm. Yeah, I gotta figure that out. Mississippi. Oh, here's an album, I think. Yeah, okay. So here we passed this, or we kind of just got out of the way, and these barges went past us.
How many miles
And I
did you
think
travel
this
down
was,
the river?
I can't remember. I think we did like 40 or 60. All right. Share. So that's 3 wide. It seems like I can't remember how many barges were on that. Yeah, there's our boats all piled up there.
Did you have that reflective jacket hanging off the back the whole time?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. I think that's Dave's. He keeps it in his truck and ties it on the back when he's got a long load.
That's funny.
It's like his thing. We demolished a 30 pack at White Castle. That was after we got done paddling.
Okay. Can you hear me, Darcy?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
The lock at Skinny Island, does that ring a bell?
As to like where we would have been, it's so if you go upriver from St. Louis, it's the first lock.
Okay. So
I
the
got
river
sunburned
goes
a
all
little bit.
around it too. At the first one, the river goes past it too. Your chamber that you're in is only like 1/10 of the river.
Are you looking at
Looking at it on a map.
the map?
Because I'm assuming that, well, let me just, I can find
Here.
it real easy on Google
There it
Maps.
is. There's us
Yeah.
inside the lock.
Yeah. So for the context of a map, can you see my screen? You're in that
I'm gonna
slender chamber right
stop
there.
sharing. Are you sharing to the screen?
Oh, you can't see it?
Oh, okay.
No,
No,
I'm
I
gonna
just
try.
did. I didn't know if you were trying to share to the.
I'm going to pull it up on Google Earth and then I'll share it to the screen. Am I still on? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you go to the River Museum when you were there?
Right there at St. Charles.
Right there at that lock.
Oh no.
All right. Okay. Oh, how do I get back over there? Okay.
All right. So you are.
You're in right here. Right?
Looks like that's where the gate is. Yeah.
So the gate's on the back.
I'm gonna
So then
see
you're
if
only
I can figure out if that's the one that we were in. Zoom out a little bit because there is one that there's one that goes or there's a spot. What the heck? All right.
So St. Louis
There's
is
the
there.
Illinois.
That one's right there.
North of St. Louis. Okay. Oh, okay. So see where,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And then
that would
there's
be the
another one right
one.
there, but that's just a bridge.
Uh-huh. All right. I'm also
So it's maybe 1/10 of the total. And they dam it just enough to force water into that
so
area.
okay, so see that spot just south of 270 where the river kind of splits? That's where we pulled out.
Down here.
What's that say? Cora Island Unit.
Missouri River.
There's a spot
Missouri
where
River and Mississippi. Is that what
there's a spot where you can paddle around, or where you can go around a place in the river that is like a lake or something. Oh yeah, Chain of Rocks Bypass Canal. Do you see that? That's where we pulled off the river. So it would have been the lock. Yeah, that's right where the Missouri flows in. Would have been the lock just above that. Which one did you find? What was it called?
Okay. It says it's National Great Rivers Museum, Corps of Engineers, and my other thing said what did it say? I've lost it. I don't know where. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I have, by observing what the river is like, I have discovered why they have a lock there.
Okay.
They have a lock there because if they didn't have a lock, the river probably would not flow deep enough on each side of that area for tugs and stuff to go through. So by creating a dam and a lock, they've raised the water level upstream of there so that boats can flow
Correct.
through. So it's not to avoid going down something dramatic, it's to not let so much water leave that boats can't use the river.
Yeah.
Would you say that's probably pretty accurate?
Yes.
Because everything upstream of that looks real nice and wide and deep. Interesting.
So I'm not even finding that one that you were looking at, I don't guess.
I think it's the Melvin Price Locks and Dam.
This is the one, isn't it?
Price.
I don't even see on my phone what that one said before. It said it had some phrase there before, but it doesn't. I don't see it now. Yeah, Melvin Price is what is on this one too.
Freaking. Switched me to some other map.
I had to go to that river.
Okay, I see it.
Sometime.
Yeah. National Great Rivers Museum.
Mm-hmm.
because it's just up from where the Missouri flows into the
Yeah,
Mississippi,
not
and the
very far.
Illinois is right there too. That also, so the Illinois flows in upstream from there, and that is the first time, maybe probably the only time that I've dealt with those Asian carp.
Oh yeah.
So when we were paddling down through there, when we got to the Illinois River, when it came into the Mississippi, uh, the Asian carp started like just attacking us.
That's
Like,
awesome.
they just
Jumping and
they
stuff.
just jump and they land in your lap. I mean, when you're this high off the water, they're just coming in. Like, there's nowhere to go in necessarily, but like you're paddling along and carp flies and hits you in the side of the head or knocks into your paddle, knock you off balance. Like, it
That's
was
wild.
pretty wild. Yeah, it's for real. They really do it.
How big are they?
Mm, I don't know, 30 inches long.
I wonder if that's where my neighbors got theirs.
They get them some Asian carps.
I don't know, but they had those dead carps in their refrigerator when I was helping them.
You can get them on the Missouri
Well,
too.
crazy thing about carp in the US, and not, this is pre-Asian carp. Although we don't like eat a lot of carp, like any carp really, we don't consider it a game fish or a table fish. It was only brought here to be like to add table meat to the ecosystem. Like Europeans brought them specifically because back in the day they ate carp, and people, like, they were just a really good source of protein.
Interesting.
So like it's bizarre, but like carp were like primarily brought here as food. I don't even know what I don't know what species of fish were actually here when Europeans got here. Because
Mhm.
we brought carp, we brought trout, there was salmon, but like salmon, like some of them made it as far inland as Wyoming, and they're like a steelhead salmon, or not a steelhead, what's the salmon?
Saucony.
It's a type. Is that what it is? That,
I
but
think.
like most of the fish that we think of are not native to here. Um, especially not like the places you think of trout waters. I don't think. I know browns aren't native to here and rainbows aren't.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think that's called uh, Saucony, the real red hook face one.
The sockeye?
Is it sockeye? Kokanee.
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 Yeah, they're the like super red body with that kind of real hooky beak looking
Mm,
kokanee. Hoagland caught one of those out in Wyoming or Montana or something a couple years ago.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he said it was real exciting. Have you ever caught a salmon in Wyoming, Dan?
Um, I've caught. I can't think of the name of it, but like it's more trout sized, but technically it's a salmon.
Hmm.
Um, but I can't remember what they are. Are they a steelhead that makes it that far in? Um,
I just looked up fishes in Wyoming? You got cutthroat trout, rainbow trout, golden trout, brown trout, brook trout, lake trout, mountain whitefish, kokanee salmon, Arctic grayling, bigmouth shiner, black bullhead, bluehead suckers, brassy minnow, burbot, central stone roller, channel cat, common shiner, creek chub, fathead minnow, fine scaled dace, flannelmouth sucker, flathead chub, goldeneye, horny head chub, Iowa darter, Johnny darter, lake chub, leatherside chub, long-nosed dace, long-nosed sucker, mottled sculpin, mountain sucker, northern plains killfish, killifish, orange throat darter. There's a decent amount of fishes
A lot of sucker fish.
in a lot of chub.
Yeah.
So
However,
it's just the rainbow,
I'm
rainbows
only
and brown.
seeing that one salmon, the kokanee.
So kokanee are landlocked sockeye salmon.
Huh.
What
They
what
exist in Wyoming. Kokanee?
sockeye does as well?
No. They are landlocked sockeye.
Oh, gotcha.
So they're salmon, the same as the sockeye, but they never make it to the
ocean.
I'm guessing. Yeah. But they were introduced, not native.
Wow.
Oh, also known as kokanee trout.
So that's the only one that I've ever caught, and it was only one time because there was some place we went that they were spawning, and so like it's a weird deal where they were like you were allowed to fish them because they were spawning, and they weren't that good because they were basically dying. I mean,
Right.
for the most part.
All right. Okay. All right. You ready for my a topic
Yeah.
that we need to hash through?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
So this is it's a little conspiratorial.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
But here it is.
Okay, let's put on our tinfoil hats,
Yeah.
Candace.
Right. So I've been driving this little Subaru wagon for a few weeks now. And one of the things that happens when driving that car is, and it says it right on the car, like it's printed on the car.
You get catcalled a lot?
Huh?
You get catcalled a lot?
You know he
Yeah.
does.
It's printed right on it that if you don't get the gas cap,
Get off the road, faggot!
if you don't get the gas cap tight, it may cause the engine light to turn on, the check engine light to turn on.
Yes.
So that happens. So you're just driving down the road, and all of a sudden, all of the lights on the dash come on and start flashing. Like, it looks like your engine's probably about to just seize up and you're going to be stranded. And so then you run the diagnostic on it, and it shows a code that's like, it either shows a trouble code that's related to the O2 sensor, or it shows a trouble code that is related to the camshaft position sensor. But what it is,
Okay. But it's
is
a gas cap code.
your gas cap's not tight enough. Where in my case, I've got a car that has 240,000 miles on it. And so the rim around the neck of the gas like filler tube is not like as smooth as it was in the beginning, and the gasket around the outside of the cap has got a little bit of like crud built up on it maybe, and it's not as pliable as it was when it first came from the factory. So
And
and
as soon as you started driving it, you didn't have as much grip strength, too.
well, so also
So
you
you're like,
you can't, it just goes to a point. You can't like crank it on. You
does it
close
do
it
the
and
click,
it
click,
just
click? Once you get
clicks.
it,
Huh?
clicks.
It just
Yeah.
clicks.
It clicks, and that's all you get.
Yeah. So here's the conspiracy. Why, when it's something so peripheral, does it shut down all of the features of your car? Like when the gas cap's loose, and it's not even loose, but it's not exactly how it's supposed to be. All of a sudden, you don't have any of the like safety features. Like you don't have the camera stuff, like the eyesight is what they call it on Subaru. So like that stops. You can't use your cruise control. Your check engine light's on. Your brake light is flashing. All of this stuff and all of your safety features stop working. Like you don't have any of the like lane assist. You don't have any of the radar, like that car, it'll brake for you if you're coming up too quick on a car in front of you. Well, that turns off, and it's all because of the gas cap. So here is my
Darcy, there's no
theory.
conspiracy here.
No,
But
there
go ahead.
is.
Yeah, let's hear your theory.
Here's my theory. So the gas cap issue is related to emissions. And when the lobbyists were saying, you got to have all this emission stuff, and the car companies were like, okay. And then they're like, wait, what happens when the emission stuff isn't functioning properly? And they're like, oh, we'll put a light on the dash that says your emissions crap isn't functioning properly. And then the lobbyists are like, but no one will care about that. We need you to make it so something has to be done. And they're like you want us to make it ding or something? And they were like, no, we want you to make it seem like the car is about to implode if there's an emissions problem. And
What's the conspiracy?
that it's just that they're just making something out of nothing. Probably
Darcy,
just like
there's no conspiracy here.
you're like, are you just
You
now figuring this out?
Darcy, let me explain something. Let me sum up. If you don't care about the environment, you don't deserve to live.
So it's
You
not
don't
a
deserve
conspiracy.
to have safety features.
It's not a
You don't
conspiracy. It's
deserve to have a
survival of
car
the
that
fittest.
functions. You don't deserve to be here if you don't care about the environment.
That's true.
So if I'm gonna not figure it out and fix it, I might as well just
If you
roll
might as
off
well
of a
just
cliff and
go
die in a
kill
fiery
yourself.
crash.
Exactly. Like you don't deserve to be on our roads. You don't deserve to have airbags. You don't deserve to have safety features. If you're not willing to take care of the environment, then we're going to make sure that the environment takes care of you.
There you go. No conspiracy at all.
There's no conspiracy here. This is a fact. It's a fact.
All right. Okay. I stand corrected.
I mean, am I saying anything different than you? Except that I'm saying it's the same thing you're saying. Only I think it's not. I don't think anybody. I don't think anybody doubts what happened.
Man, it's
our,
annoying.
Does it happen
It
every
doesn't.
day?
Our
No.
Sequoia would go into that mode over a transmission exhaust sensor.
Which is not a
Transmissions
thing.
have exhaust? Transmissions have exhaust?
No.
I didn't
I
know
mean,
that.
they probably
No.
have a pressure
No, but
relief
they have
valve
exhaust
for
sensors
heat.
that go bad.
Yeah.
What is it?
He said no, but they have exhaust
Say that
sensors
again.
that go bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean,
I like it. I'm all for it.
I told you about my Toyota having the smog pump not functioning correctly and how it goes into a complete lockdown mode if that thing isn't functioning correctly. Like you can't go over 35 miles an hour. All of your dashboard things are flipping, lighting up and everything. But if you research and you get to the bottom of the smog pump, it is a little reed valve that opens for like the first 3 to 5 minutes of your engine running when you start it cold after more than 8 hours of being turned off. And all it does is it takes oxygen from the intake after the filter, diverts it around the engine, and pressurizes your tailpipe with extra air. And what that does is it effectively is the only way for them to trick the emissions test into saying you have a certain number of parts per million. It does not change how the engine runs at all during that 8 minutes. It just makes the tailpipe think that the engine is running cleaner than it is. That's it. And it's
I like
on
it.
every freaking vehicle. And it's like, it's a quadzillion-dollar thing that makes no sense.
Yeah.
All vehicles do the same thing. They don't collect the extra particulates. They don't like store them for a rainy day. They don't have a little pouch that you can like pull it out. They don't run it through a water chamber to filter the particulates out. They just dilute them. It's crazy.
It's kind of hilarious. Like partly it's super annoying because it messes with me. And
Yeah.
partly it's funny because when you look at a system like that, you're like, oh my goodness, the car companies figured a workaround and full on tricked the people who are making them do this.
But it's a stinking expensive workaround to have on every vehicle. It's the stupidest thing.
Yeah, but the people who are making a fuss about like making that a requirement, it's cheaper apparently than paying them off.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another one that is the same on the same vein. You know, they got rid of all of the gas cans that you can buy where they have like, you know, the old school ones, they'd have like a funnel that would basically make it impossible to spill gas. Like those were cool,
Yeah.
right? If you've had one of those suckers work nice. Push the button, the lid opens, pours gas into a funnel. You never spill any fuel, ever.
But you might.
Like you almost can't spill fuel unless you're aiming the funnel in the wrong place. Okay, they make these all of these compliant. How many times have you dumped gas because of those stupid compliant
Every
gas
time,
pourer
because
things?
you know why? Because
You-
I just take it off and try to pour it through the big spout because the new spouts are
So
so
hard,
slow and annoying to push the
and they
button.
don't
And
work.
yeah, Jimmy figured
Or
it out. He
or
just
you
went and
stick it.
bought a water jug and uses that.
I do the same thing, and I'm actually going to upgrade my water jug, which is red, which is made out of the same plastic. I'm going to upgrade mine. Are you talking about the jugs that like are tall and have the rubber
Yeah.
Yeah.
outlet? I saw a guy had a ball valve that he installed on that
Mm-hmm.
plastic, just crimped a ball valve. So you actually turn it upside down and hold it and just go crank,
Mm-hmm.
open, close.
That's the way to
There
do
you
it.
go.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the
And
the
the
gas
thing is,
cans that
like,
you can buy in the store right now are dumb.
dumb. They're so dumb.
They're
And there's no
making the
way that
world a worse place.
For sure.
they are absolutely making the world worse. Like they are dumping more gas. I try to use the ones with the little deal that you push. If it comes off and it shoves down into your tank and breaks your screen filter out of your tank,
Yeah.
like they're just so dumb. So dumb.
Yeah, I try not to
Yeah,
have them.
nah, they're terrible. Here's something interesting. Can't remember if I think I posted the short yesterday, but these,
The bird?
yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
dude, check these little
You got to
guys
get a little
out.
bit of ice.
So this is, I just, because I'm weirdo. The feathers on that thing were cool.
Oh, do you still have it?
The little red tips on the wing. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but
Oh yeah. I
here,
see it.
it's got little red,
Yeah, I can see it.
little tiny red tips on the wing. That's part of the. It's not the primary wing feathers. It's the secondaries, and they just so cool. And it was dead, so I ripped them out.
Where did you find this bird?
It smashed into the window over at Jamie's house and broke its neck.
That happens.
Yep. Dan, did you see these? It's a
Mhm.
little teeny tiny little red dots on the end of the secondary wing feathers. And then the tail feathers are cool too, because they got yellow ends. They're just pretty.
Okay. Hey, I've got a
Oh, yeah.
subject question for you guys. Okay. I've been trying really hard to understand bourbon. And okay. Why is like a Woodford Reserve so much smoother, almost sweeter than like a Knob Creek?
Which one?
What is the difference? What is it? Like the Woodford Reserve is that one you gave me.
Uh-huh.
It's like a smoother, sweeter, less harsh than like a Knob Creek.
There's a lot of factors that go into that. The mash build, the
Aging.
what it was aged in, how long it was aged, all of that stuff.
But what's the standard? Like what's this like?
I don't know that there is a standard.
Yeah, everybody's trying to
Okay.
make theirs taste a little different than the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to come up with something unique. Let's just see. Knob Creek I'm just gonna Google Knob Creek versus Woodford.
And mine's a 9-year. Mine's a 9-year.
It's 9-year.
Mhm.
The knob.
Uh-huh.
That's an okay mixer. I wouldn't want to drink
Knob Creek.
Yeah.
That used to be my go-to. I always had it on the shelf. I haven't had any. Well, I've got a big one on the shelf now, but okay. Here's somebody that says comparison. Oh man. So one thing that's going to make a pretty big difference is Knob Creek is 100 proof and Woodford Reserve is 90. So that's definitely going to make you like you're going to feel that and taste that smooth, like that smooth is the Woodford is going to be less bitey for sure.
Okay.
Knob, yeah, the the mash bill is not crazy different, but Knob Creek is aged 9 years, 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley, whereas Woodford is 7 years and it's 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley. So that rye for sure is gonna have a little bit different flavor profile that'll come through.
How old is the
Knob
Woodford?
Creek, 7 year.
7.
7.
Yeah, so this guy says Knob Creek is for people who like strong flavors and a bit more kick in their drink, while Woodford Reserve fits those looking for a smooth sip with mix of sweet and spicy notes. Also, this says that Woodford Reserve is aged in heat cycled warehouses. So they're not aging in a rick house. And I think
Interesting.
Knob Creek would be.
Yeah, that's weird.
So Knob Creek is going to be aged in a much harsher environment. So it's gonna just have oh, hold up, I gotta look at a text real quick.
What you eating on there, Dan?
I got a little it's a Kirkland. It's a Costco imitation of a what is that? I'll think of it.
Yeah, so all those things make a pretty big difference.
So Knob Creek, higher alcohol content, more barley. And
More
what was
rye.
the age difference? Oh, more rye.
What, 7 and 9?
More, you're saying more, the Woodford is a more controlled environment. Is that what you mean by that?
Woodford Reserve is aged in a really controlled environment.
Okay.
Which is probably gonna it's gonna make for a little just a little bit more of a consistent bourbon. Like Knob Creek Knob Creek is pretty much Knob Creek every time. But I would imagine that they have to work a little harder to do that in the lab. Like their master distiller taster person that creates the mix, like says, all right, we're gonna pull these and bottle them as Knob Creek, or we're gonna mix this and that and bottle it as Knob Creek. Whereas I bet Woodford, being such a controlled environment for aging, I bet they don't have to hardly do any like adjustment.
Yeah, the top floor
little
is
more
not going to be
scientific.
different than the bottom floor.
Mm-mm.
Is that what you're sipping on now? Is some Knob Creek?
Woodford. A little bit of Woodford Reserve. Or no, you're right.
I grabbed this guy.
Yeah.
The
I was thinking
representative.
about the Woodford.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It is.
Representative.
So this is the only one I've seen, and also I haven't really paid attention, but I think that the theory behind this, and yeah, it says right here, it says aged a minimum of 2 congressional terms. So it's named the representative because they age it for as long as a representative could be in office. And I think that the theory was they were going to do like one called the senator and one called the president and one called, whatever, all the different cabinet or, legislative body parties. But I don't know if I've seen any others. I guess I've not looked into it in a long time.
So is the
Just bought that
representative
one.
the brand, or is that like?
No, so this is made by a company called Proof and Wood. It's not made by them, it's curated. So
Okay.
it's distilled in Indiana, but Proof and Wood is in Bardstown, Kentucky. So it's just some guys that came up with an interesting idea and did it. I'm gonna look them up.
Dude, it's already 11. I don't know if I'm going to make it to midnight tonight, boys.
Yeah, I don't think we should try.
Same.
All right, Proof and Wood whiskey. Looks like they have a bunch of different stuff. But, ooh, I've seen some of this stuff. Oh, there is a senator. Connecticut-based spirits company. Brands. Deadwood. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Tumblin' Dice. Don't think I've seen that. The Funk Room. Roulette Rye. I think I've seen that. Oh, here's DC Collection. So you got the representative, the senator, the ambassador, the justice, aged a minimum of 16 years.
Dang.
Presidential Dram 4-year rye. Presidential Dram 8-year bourbon. The cabinet aged between 5 and 9 years. So it looks like, oh, that's interesting. So these are all limited release things. So the cabinet one, they released one in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Oh, 2 in 2016 and 2 in 2017. One was one bourbon and one rye in each of those years. Huh.
Speaking of presidents, did you hear the news today about
Probably not.
not the president? No.
No.
I'll read it to you. And you just this might be kind of a fun one because I had my first thought that I said to my wife whenever she told me about this. William Stevenson, 77, was arrested following a week-long investigation into Linda Stevenson's death in Delaware home. William Stevenson, reportedly former First Lady Jill Biden's ex-husband, was arrested, charged with the murder of his current wife, authorities said on Thursday. Or on Tuesday, sorry. First thought.
He knew something?
Uh,
Or she knew something? Or who? Something? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, mine was more sarcastic than that, but
What was yours?
she knows how
there
to
are
pick them.
worse things than being married. Yeah, worse things than being married to Joe Biden, I guess.
That's true.
She would know.
Bummer.
Crazy. Yeah.
Weird.
I don't think I would want to be married to Joe Biden.
No, you wouldn't get much attention. That's for sure.
No.
You might like to sniff
You're
that
not a
beard.
9-year-old girl.
He probably would want to sniff the beard.
Oh, come here, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy.
Let me lick your beard.
I'd be in the pool. I'd be in the pool with Corn Pop, and the kids like Jimmy would come up and he'd rub the leg hairs on my leg, and they get all curly.
Oh no.
Honestly, like Joe Biden, like whenever he started running for president and like seemed like he had a good chance. I mean, I have been dumbfounded by every presidential pick for like my entire life as a adult. I've always been like, who the heck do we pick? Like how we're just dumb.
Yep.
Like these are the people that we're picking to run against each other. And Joe Biden was like one of the worst offenders because he never seemed smart. He never even seemed savvy enough to like that anyone would like buy it. He just, you know what I mean? Like he never seemed like even, I mean, we're talking all the way back to when he was old Obama's running mate. You're like, what's the draw here?
Yeah.
What's he bringing to the table? Like,
it's a game.
On,
That's what it is. It's a game. And they
my goodness.
They just figure out how to work it. And it doesn't matter too much.
I don't think it does. I think, you guys, not to like get too far into the politics thing, but like off of your presidential whiskeys, but like they released a bunch of the Epstein stuff this week, you know?
Oh, something about,
and like,
what was it? Pancakes or something?
Pizza.
Isn't
it pizza? Would you like your slice of pizza now? Like, you know anything about it, Jim? You heard anything about it?
Nothing.
Dude, there ain't nobody That's not name. That's not somebody that isn't named in those files.
Is my name in there?
Like, you're not somebody. My name, as far as I know, is not in there, and yours isn't. But like one of the conversations, so there's, you know who Michael Saylor is? MicroStrategies. Okay, I'll give you the very briefest version. Michael Saylor, Michael Saylor from MicroStrategies, which is kind of hard to say for some reason. He owns this like software company, and it's just one of those companies that's like been doing fine for a long time, but no, like they're not like tearing it up. They're not exciting. They just do a job and they get paid and they make money. So their stock price was like flatlining, like it was just doing nothing. People bought it to have it, but it just wasn't exciting. It's not like owning Tesla or something like that. So he got on, and this is probably 10 or 12 years ago, he got on this kick of buying Bitcoin to put it on the balance sheet of MicroStrategies. Now, the reason that he did it was because one, he believed in it, and two, it was one of the few ways that you could invest in Bitcoin when you couldn't invest in Bitcoin with like a fund, right? So like before they had the Bitcoin ETFs and all of that, the only way you could buy it was to buy into a company that had Bitcoin on the balance sheet. So he basically was making his company attractive again just by having this strategy of buying Bitcoin. Okay. So he's an eccentric guy. And in the Epstein files, one of Epstein's assistants apparently is emailing back and forth with Epstein. And she's like, hey, I think we're going to cut Michael Saylor loose. He's kind of a loose cannon, and we can't even figure out how we would blackmail him.
Nice.
Like we don't know what we would do to get one over on the guy. So we're just not going to pursue him anymore. Like that's how like
So is that why
they basically blackmailed people?
Were they keeping like
What?
strict records on all this stuff so that they could blackmail people?
Oh, it was like the whole, like that was a large part of what they were doing was blackmail schemes. They would basically, one of three things that gets almost everybody, and if they didn't have one of these three things on you, then they didn't have anything. If you didn't want power, if you didn't need money or want money, or you didn't have fetishes, then they didn't know how to blackmail you. Like those are like the three plays that there are. And so like people who already have plenty of power, Joe Biden, for instance, maybe he doesn't have money. So you figure out a way to get him money. Joe probably needed money and children in his bed, but like basically it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. If you're anybody, you're named in the Epstein files, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. It could just mean that somebody had made an accusation, but it also could mean that Epstein was in the process of trying to figure out a way to blackmail you.
Wasn't
like
Trump? He and Trump would hang out back in the day, right?
He and Trump would hang out back in the day. He and the Clintons would hang out. I think Bill and him would hang out back in the day. Like Peter Attia was emailed back and forth with him a bunch. Other characters that are like, Mamdani, the new mayor of New York, his mother was in the files.
Dang.
Somehow interacted with him. All of this stuff, though, is like, just because you were named or accused doesn't mean that you did something illegal with the guy. because he was also an investment broker, who basically like stole money from many people, like Ponzi schemed people.
Who's
and
doing
stuff.
his kind of work these days?
Oh, I'm sure there's a whole network of people doing his kind of work these days.
Hmm.
I mean, you don't think that a guy like that dies and it just goes away, do you?
No.
I wouldn't think so. Like, I would
Well, are
think
you
that the
looking
CIA
for a
and the
job,
FBI
Jimmy?
would be.
Well, I mean, if there's enough money in it, yeah.
He owned a whole island. Seems like there was all right money.
You're saying, let me be clear. Jimmy is saying live on the podcast he would pimp children for money, for enough money.
No.
Is that what you're saying, Jimmy? Wait, what are you saying?
Nah, just the other stuff.
Yeah, the
Pizza and
blackmail.
stuff.
All the other stuff.
Blackmail.
That's
Pizza
a
broker.
big part of it, bro.
There
Pizza
have to
broker.
be children
That's a big
involved
part of it.
with blackmail.
If you're just gonna leave out one of the three the three pillars of blackmail, yeah, you're not gonna get very far. It's probably like
Three
two
pillars.
fetish. It's probably like two fetish, one power, one money. Like, it's probably like half of it is probably fetish stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Oh well. Well, might have to do something
I
else
don't
then,
know
Jimmy.
these percentages.
Yeah,
of it.
I'll look into other
You're gonna have to do something
alternatives.
else.
Yeah. To blackmail, alternatives to blackmail.
Well, I'm looking for that third leg that doesn't involve children.
Oh, the third pillar.
The third pillar.
I don't think there is one.
Oh, there's a third leg. It
I
has
mean-
to be a third leg.
There's a third leg, but it's always about the children.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Mm. Moving on.
I could just move on to bed.
I think it's about
Yeah,
time.
no joke. I'm about there.
Yep.
Our viewer also.
We didn't get any comments or any requests for any subject matter. So I guess that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Just whiskey and politics.
Whiskey and
Conspiracy
politics.
Whiskey and
theories.
politics.
Yep. It's all good stuff. That's all there is with these days.
Yeah. I read at some point, and I think that this is probably speculation. I doubt that there's documentation to this, but back in the day, there are speculations that when Dan, you probably have heard or read this too. When we had the tax on tea, partly it was
Mhm.
because, so contrasted with
still
no
have
tax on alcohol. Huh?
I think they still have tax on tea.
Yeah, they do. It's different now than
Oh,
it was
different.
at that point. Yeah.
Well, it depends what
Yeah, probably. But there's speculation or there's theory or whatever. Maybe there's evidence that said that they taxed the tea because guys who got together and drank coffee and tea and conversed
Mm.
were much more likely to come up with ideas to overthrow the government or whatever, or to oppose. They were much more
That's the theory.
likely to have like legible,
revolutionary
quality
ideas.
conversation.
Intelligent
Yes,
conversation.
and revolutionary. Yes, revolutionary, intelligent conversations. Whereas alcohol, they didn't care if people were drinking that because generally them guys aren't going to be
People
coming
get
up
to,
with the good ideas on how to make their lives better.
so you're saying we need to move to coffee and tea, even though we do this at 10 o'clock at night?
No, I don't think that we're necessarily aiming at being revolutionaries.
Oh.
But don't you
So
think it'd be
I
good
think
to
we're good.
like hatch a secret revolutionary plan on YouTube live with one listener?
Probably. Yeah,
Wouldn't that
two.
be a great
Top
idea?
Two.
secret live on YouTube.
Two listeners.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So coffee and tea next week.
All right.
Coffee and tea next week. Revolution.
Jimmy's gonna try to get
Jim can't even hold his camera up.
get a table or something
It's a little
down
wobbly.
there.
I like coffee and tea, but I don't usually drink it this late at night.
What about tea? You can get some
No.
good old decaf tea.
Yeah, I think I have some.
You don't have to go coffee. All right then.
All right.
Back to it then.
Back to it then.
Back to it then.
What are you gonna go do tonight, Dan?
What am I going to go to tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Probably going to just go to bed tonight.
I didn't know if you were gonna go like wire your outlets or anything.
I've got everything on that house done except for the exterior, bro.
Nice.
Like done. Like I haven't like built out my shelving and stuff like that. Like I haven't put like finishing touches on like extra stuff in the house.
You got the
But, like,
cabinets in and
it's
sinks and faucets and all that stuff.
Cabinets,
Toilet.
all that stuff.
Nice.
Except that I do have a stinking toilet that the freaking seals will not seal on those bolts that go through the tank.
Still?
Like it just still won't.
Like where
I
the
got it-
tank
I
meets
got
the bowl.
tank. Yeah, I
Dude,
do not understand
what
what
brand
its
is it?
problem is. American Standard. It's a good brand.
Is that what one did you have?
And it
American Standard. The Titan?
Titan, yeah,
Is that it?
it will not seal. Yeah,
Dude,
it won't seal.
I got two of those for a customer's house, and one of them I could not get it to stop leaking. And I jacked with it. I put thread sealant on it. I took it apart, put it back together so many times. Eventually, I just took it back to Menards and exchanged it for a new one, and it's fine.
I just don't. I mean, every time I take
think
it
they
out,
have
I
a
have
flaw.
a new
But
wax
you thought
ring.
I was the only one in the world that had the problem.
No, I looked it up, and it said that it's common for that particular one lately to do that, but usually switching the bolts and seals fixes it. It does not.
Nope. I did that.
I switched the bolts and seals. They did not work. My next move was literally I was thinking about siliconing the gasket, like letting it completely dry out, and then applying silicone to that washer, top and bottom, where it meets that nut, and just have silicone on it. Because like I've always thought silicone would be a better idea than how they make those. But
Yeah.
how long will that last? You know, underwater. So it's driving me crazy, dude.
Yeah, you need to take it back to Menards.
Apparently. My Menards people are pretty dope, like in terms of like they know me pretty well. I might be able to go in there and be like, look, I got this toilet, it's installed. I'll bring it back to you in this box if you just give me a new one first, and then I'll bring the other one back in this box.
I
Because I
just
don't
went
have
and
the
bought
box
one.
anymore or anything.
I just went and bought one.
Yeah.
And just swapped the tank only.
Yeah, that's true.
And then put the old tank in there and said, "Hey, this thing don't work."
Oh, that's a good idea. Just leave the whole rest of it still packaged. And the tank is all it. I mean, that makes sense that it would
Just
just
swap
be
the tank and everything was fine.
I probably need to do that.
Dude, I
There
jacked
must
that
be
thing
something
for-
wrong with their mold or something.
I jacked that thing for days.
Oh yeah, I've got a siphon tube sitting there in the bathroom. I've siphoned that thing out like 3 times. I'll tell you something though that I discovered during this process that I actually thought was pretty neat, and you might think is dumb. But you know how like when you actually pull a toilet, the actual toilet, there's water in the P-trap and you're like, irritating. I have a Makita leaf blower, like job site and leaf blower.
Yep.
Just
It
blow
has
it
just
down
a
too.
slight turn like this, and I just stick it down in the water and
Nice.
facing the back of the tank and just tap it a couple times to get the water going, and then I have like 2 times I've just vacuumed the, like not vacuumed, but like pushed the water out of that
That's
toilet
a
bowl
great
tank.
idea.
Because I've had the
That
whole thing
is.
uninstalled once. Because I thought initially something was leaking underneath of it. I was like, oh no, the wax ring's bad or something. Nope, it's the tank. It's the tank.
Yep. American
All right.
Standard.
I thought they were a good brand.
They are. They're fine. That Titan just has some issues.
Apparently.
I'm a Kohler man myself.
Same. I go Kohler every time if it's my choice.
Yeah,
Kohler comfort height,
I should have.
elongated bowl.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they might actually be cheaper right now than they were when I got that.
Whenever I install the
Might be able
toilet,
to buy
Oh.
it and take back the old one.
yeah.
That's what
Well,
I
I
did.
got-
I got it for $30 cheaper the second time. So I took it back with the original receipt.
Dude, I think I might be able to. Because they're $100 now, or $200 instead of $230 now.
Yep.
Sheesh. What a crock.
That'll pay for your time right there. That $30 or whatever it is.
Yeah. Ah.
Yep.
All right, guys.
You'll
I
have
gotta go to bed.
made $4 an hour for all that time that you
$4
messed
an hour
with it.
for my time.
All right.
All right.
We'll catch you next week. Thanks for tuning in, whoever you two people are. It might just be Dan and Trevor. Do you have it pulled up,
No, I
Dan?
don't think it's me. No,
All right.
I don't.
Well, ruh-roh. Well, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
See ya.